Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue year 2 with our Arizona Coyotes, but it's time to continue it right into the offseason, because in the last video, we lost in 4 games to the St. Louis Blues in round number 2. It was a shellacking, because when you looked at their roster, their center core especially, it was just filthy. I said it in the last video, if I had the St. Louis Blues team and I went up against the Arizona Coyotes, and the roles were flip-flopped, I'd be very angry if I didn't come out of that round with the win, right? So, it makes sense. It was a good year. We made it into the playoffs. We dumped off some of our older players. We decided to hold on to some of them, like Keith Yandel, which was a big decision, and he helped us get to that playoff run, that second round appearance, all right? So, with progress, if we can make it into the second round and have a competitive second round next year, that's looking better. The year after that, we can make it into the third round, looking better. And the next year after that, Stanley Cup, right? So we've set the standard for ourselves. We've set the bar for ourselves. Now it's time to keep on getting better year after year. And it's going to be hard to get back to the second round next year, right? Because if you look at our team still, we're still very much a young team, right? But, you know what? All right, we're back. I just had to turn off the program on my computer. All right, so before we get the simulating going, I just want to show you guys something. Progress reports. Because you know how I decided to keep Mark Visentin up on the the NHL team while he was in the playoffs? He actually grew by 2. So the entire regular season, he didn't go up at all because I think he's listed as a backup and he wasn't playing in his position, right? So I think to take advantage of the progress reports, you really have to put him in the position that the player role states. When he played 11 games in the playoffs as a backup, 1 game as a starter, right? So, yeah, he had a few games as a backup there, and he got 2 points toward his overall, right? So, that's good news, and at least we know going forward, if you want a player to grow, you got to play him in the, if you want him to grow from the progress reports, you got to play him where his player role dictates. All right, so going into the offseason, we have a few things that we want to do. I've been reading your comments. A few you guys have been pointing out Tyler Benson, Sean Day was one as well. A defense wouldn't be a bad idea to get another 4.5-star defenseman because we've done a good job on getting our top 6 sorted out this year. And we're still only year 2, right? So, I mean, trading away for 4.5-star players, 18-year-olds right now, I think that would make our team have a step back because I want to make it to the playoffs next year, right? So I don't want to just trade for young guns of the future. We're only 2 years in anyway, so the young guns that have been drafted, they're still only like 60 overall, 70 overall, right? So I wouldn't mind using the 2 draft picks that we have to move up to get a better draft pick, but I don't really see myself going after any prospects or young defensemen. There's only one roster spot that I wouldn't mind getting a prospect for, and through a deliberate trade, and that would be goaltender. So reading some of your comments, you guys were saying try to get a 4.5 gold star potential goalie for the future, just in case Visentin and Kemper don't work out, and that's a good idea. Year 3, this year coming up, this year can be all about Kemper and Visentin. They can just have it out, right? But to have somebody ready to come up for just in case those guys don't turn out to be future starting goalies for us, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I feel like we already have 4.5-star players up front. We already have 4.5-star players on the defense. So to get one for the goaltending position wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, but we'll see what happens here. So we're up here at the draft. Yeah, I've talked enough here. One more week, or is it right here? We'll get the retirements done. We'll see who retired. And we'll also take a look at the scouting beforehand. I got to figure out where our draft pick is. It's probably going to be 20-something. Got to figure that out. All right, so let's see who's retired here. Arizona, so we lost Newman. He had his nice severance package, and Chris Pronger. So we get to unload that salary cap now, so we're going to have a lot of salary cap. So if there's a stud in free agency, we might have, because I always talk about I want to make like a realistic trade or a realistic signing. Last year, who would have wanted to sign with the Arizona Coyotes, right? It doesn't make sense. But this year, the Arizona Coyotes look like a little bit more of a juicy target to go sign with because if you're somebody who can change the team, they're a playoff team and you can make a home here. All right, so Marian Hossa, he's gone. Shane Doan retired with Chicago, all right. Jerome McGinley with Colorado. So remember how you guys were saying that with the draft picks now, all the 4.5-star players, the 4-star players, too many young rookies now. Well, you gotta fill up the pool because players do retire a lot quicker. I've seen players retire at like 34, or they start to lose their star potential right away, right? So it's we'll see what it looks like in 10 years with the combination. See if everybody has a stack team or not. All right, go down here. Leguan, Oduya. Yeah, see, there's a lot of players that have been dropped now to retirement that need to be replaced. And these guys are Like, Brooks Orpik, for God's sakes. These are already retired. You know what I mean? All right, goaltenders, let's see this, Tim Thomas, Roberto Luongo, like, you see what I mean? Like, 2 years, apparently, he's only going to play this year and next year with the Florida Panthers before he retires. Based on the real NHL, you know, that's what I mean. Nicholas Backstrom, that's a little bit more understandable. But Luongo, I don't think he's going to retire in 2 years, man. We'll see, but that's what I mean. They do retire at a very young age in this game, 35, unless they're superstars. All right, so we're up here at the draft. Now, let's just do the awards and all that stuff. Actually, I was talking so quick, I didn't even see who won the Stanley Cup. Was it? Ooh, so Mike Smith and the Minnesota Wild made it into the Stanley Cup Finals. They beat the St. Louis Blues, but then they lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that really doesn't look good for us because we lost to the team that lost to the team that lost to the Stanley Cup champions, right? So we still have a lot more to go. It's unbelievable that Minnesota beat St. Louis. They must have a good team. Mike Smith. So at least Mike Smith got a chance to play in the Stanley Cup Finals. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, too much for him. Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Drouin taking over. All right. So, you know what? We may have had some more player growth. Progress reports. Let me just check this out again. NHL. All right, Gormley up by 10. Chipchura, he went down. McMillan went down. Third and fourth liners are always going to go down unless they're in the 70s. Yakupov, he's up to 87. Bodker's up to 87. So that first line of Hansel, Yakupov, and Bodker, I mean, you got two 87s and an 86 now. It's decent. Goaltenders, let's just see goalies. Kemper and Bachman. All right, that's not Byzantine. They've changed them over. Langhammer's gone up by 11. Byzantine that went up by 2. All right, so at least he went up. Laurent Dauphin, 15. Hetherington, 14. Walker, 13. Max Domi might be third or fourth line ready by next year. He went up by 13. Curry went up by 13. Jordan Subban went up by 13. All right, all these guys. Koskinen, that was the guy I traded for. He went up by 8, so he's 67 now. All right, there you go. Teravainen looks like he stayed at 82. All right, blah, 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 blah. All right, very good. And goaltenders, yeah, we already got that. All right, so there was a little bit more. Now, let's just quickly take a look at the contracts and what we could use prospect-wise, because we have 2 draft picks here. All right, so Darcy Kemper and Byzantine, they're going to be our goalies of the future, 26, 23-year-olds. Let them take it. But that's what I mean when you guys suggested a 4.5-star goalie who's 18, 19, 20 years old. That wouldn't be a bad idea to have in the system just to allow to grow. And then like by year 4, 5, 6, he becomes better than these guys, right? So naturally he takes over. It wouldn't be a bad idea. So I'll keep an eye on that. Defenseman, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think our defensive core is still fine with Yandel, Ekman Larson, Gormley, and Stone because you can find top 6 defensemen in free agency. So I don't think we need to go for a trade for a defenseman. And when it comes to potential defensemen, we still have Ekman Larson, who's 24. Pilon, who's 19. He's 68 overall now. Gormley, who's 24. These guys are very much NHLers now, the guys who are 23, 24 years old. So, yeah, we could use another potential prospect defenseman, like another guy who's 18, 19, 20 years old. Same thing with Ryan Pilon. It wouldn't be like the worst thing. And forwards, we already have Matthew Barzal. We have Teravainen, 21. Yakupov, 22. Sprong and Strome, 19, 19. So technically, we have enough forward 4.5-star players. They are Red Star, but Red Star is still fine. And we have so much friggin' 4-star as well. I think defense and goaltender wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, so we've taken care of that now. Now, let's go to scouting. And let's see the scouting reports. Let's see who's listed. Is there any goaltender? So we got a goalie listed to go in the top 5, Taz Berman. I think you guys were saying that guy turns out to be pretty good. We don't have a top 5 pick though, so there's no way I'm moving up to the top 5. So a guy like Tyler Benson, he's a left winger. He's going like top 3. Sean Day, there's another one you guys were pointing out. It's just not going to work out, all right? But this guy, Zach Gonick, defensive defenseman, 6'2", he might be able to get taken. Jesse Mills, 6'5". I think he is a pretty good defenseman as well. So you may want to get something in like Let's see. Let's just see the skater potential here. Yeah, I can guarantee myself some 4-star players in the 5th round, the 1st, 2nd rounds. Yep. Really can't guarantee myself a 4.5-star player outside the top 10, though. I can't guarantee it, right? So, I would like to move up and get like a, you know what? The best thing to get right now out of this would be to get like a, whoa, hang on. Let me just sort by this. Would be get like a Tyler Benson, because you got Barzell last year, Tyler Benson this year, Pilon the year before that. So in 3 consecutive years, you got, well, it's actually 2, because you got Pilon and Barzell in the same draft, right? But you got in 2 consecutive years a left winger, a center, and a defenseman. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But I don't think we're going to be able to move up to that. But I might want to try and get like 10th overall if I could. All right, if I could. My computer's making sounds. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I might lose all this. You know what? Hang on 1 second, boys. I just want to make sure I don't lose any of this. Hang on. All right, that's much better. So we've taken a look at the draft picks that we have. Now let's quickly just take a look at the team standings, and I'll try to figure out where we are in the, what's it called? In the draft. So Minnesota, we got the Minnesota pick. They went to the Stanley Cup Final. So that's the 29th overall pick is the Minnesota pick. Our pick is, let's see, we made the second round, Arizona. Yeah, our pick should be like 17, 18 or something like that. So we got like 17 and 18 and like 29. I wouldn't mind trading. Wouldn't mind. But also getting 2 more 4-star potential players wouldn't be a bad idea either, right? So one more thing. Let's just simulate up to the day here. One more thing. Trading block. Let's just take a look at those goaltenders that could be available. All right, because if there's one with low trading value, I'd give up the 28th overall pick for him. All right, so medium. Let's just see. All right, so there's definitely a few goalies here. Those trade values are a little bit high. All right, but these guys down here, like Storm Phaneuf, McCollum, Fournier, Malcolm Subban, Gugovaz, Barrick. All right, let's take a look at some of these guys. Yeah, they all got this potential. Can I look at, okay, Barrick was drafted 7th overall by Vancouver. Gugovaz, 11th overall by, what's it called, LA. Malcolm Subban, 24th by Boston. Alex Fournier, Philadelphia would want to hold on to him. They need a goalie. McCollum, I could see, yeah, they'd want to hold on to him. Tampa Bay, do they have 2? Do they have 2? No. Storm Phaneuf. I could see them holding on to him. And then this guy, Detroit, Ryu. Yeah, all right. So there's a few of them here. These guys are all way too much potential. I mean, trade value. I'm not going to go for them. I'm trying to look for a team that wouldn't mind giving them up. LA wouldn't be a bad one. Subban's already 83. Wouldn't be a bad... Oh, man. Subban wouldn't be a bad... Because they already have Tuukka Rask. How old is Tuukka Rask? Tuukka Rask ain't going anywhere. Should I get myself a Malcolm Subban? Or should I get myself somebody who hasn't played an NHL game yet? No, not him. It was Gugovaz from LA. Gugovaz. Where'd he go? Yeah, he went 11th overall. Poise is 68. Let's see. Subban's poise is 70. Oh, Subban's much better. 22. Gugovaz is 21. Yeah, you know what? I think Malcolm Subban... Sub-Zero, the return of Sub-Zero wouldn't be a bad idea to snag up here. All right, now, he's already 83, so, I mean, he could maybe take over. But, I mean, it does make sense that the Boston Bruins would want to trade a guy like Malcolm Subban because they have a guy like Tuukka Rask, and he's still very much in his prime. All right, so... And they got to sign Malcolm Subban this year as well. That's the genius of it, all right? So, Malcolm Subban or Gugovaz, those are the players that I got my eyes on, all right, for trading for a goaltender. All right, so let's go into the draft here. The year 2 draft. Let's see where we have our draft picks. So we have 16 and we have 29. So Sean Day, Tyler Benson, Jesse Mills, all those guys, you know, they're going to be going in the top 8. So Montreal, Carolina. Carolina, I might be able to get Carolina or Montreal's pick. But the first thing, the Boston Bruins. All right, so let me just take a look at, you know what I can do? Help me make my choice. Let's just go through some of the teams here that are willing to give up goaltenders. I won't stop on any goalie that isn't 4.5-star potential. Tremblay, no, he's probably 4-star. Yeah. No. You'll be able to tell through the trade value if it's high, if it's a 4.5-star potential goalie. Don't need a 4-star potential goalie. We already have Byzantine. But they want to give up Gugovaz though. The LA Kings want to give up Gugovaz. He might have taken the place over Malcolm Subban. All right, let's just see if Boston wants to give up Subban. If they do, then it'll be Subban. Boston, they don't want to give up Subban. All right, it's made my choice for me. They want to hold on to Malcolm Subban. You know what? I mean, Tuukka Rask, 29 years old. Yeah, you know what? It does make sense that they hold on to him. Hold on to him for like another 2 years, then trade away Tuukka Rask maybe. Who knows? They have him for another 6 years, though. That's why I thought like Tuukka Rask would be in there. And they're going to have to pay Malcolm Subban. But you know what? It makes sense to not give up on Kemper or Byzantine in year number 1, and to also take advantage of the trade value that they want to give up. So I'm going to give up Gugovaz here, or I'm going to go for Gugovaz. We'll give up one of our potential goalies here. We'll give up Burke, all right, because he's 72. He's got some trade value. Makarov is already better, and he's got the Red Star potential, so that's why his trade value is a little bit lower. But I'll give up Burke. All right, there you go. Now, if I can get this without giving up my my draft pick, that would be nice. Burke. All right, defenseman. Well, no. Jordan Subban, Hetherington, Murphy. Wouldn't mind giving up. Well, Subban and Hetherington are good. They had some good growth. Now, I'll leave them down there in the minors. They can grow. Yakupov, Korostelov, Sprong, Riley Smith, Koskinen. All right, all these guys. Condra, Westermark. Hold on to Westermark. Who is this Westermark guy? He's a two-way forward. Undrafted, 70. He's already 73 overall, though. I'll hold on to that. That's good for an AHL team. Koskinen, Korostelov. Wouldn't mind trading away like one of these snipers. I got 3 snipers on the friggin' right wing. I got Yakupov, Korostelov, and Sprong. I got 4. But I do want to hold on to them because they're only 19 years old. I want to figure out which one does better first. Pierlini, Domi, Howla, Clark. Nah, there's no reason to trade these guys. Yeah, you have them. Hold on to them. Samuelson, Strome, Dauphin. I think Laurent Dauphin. So I gotta trade somebody here to get Gugovaz. Laurent Dauphin, I think, is one because we were talking about this before. We already have the center core here. We got Matthew Barzal, we got Hansel, we got Marner, Teravainen, Samuelson, and Strome. Right now, Laurent Dauphin, I like his overall, but you're gonna make this trade go through. You got to give up something, right? Now, I could hold on to Laurent Dauphin, but if I give up my draft pick as well, I can give up. I can hold on to those 3. I can maybe get something good with that. And if I get the 29th, instead of Laurent Dauphin, this is the 29th overall pick. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll hold on to Dauphin. I'll give it the 29th. It kind of sucks because I could turn that into a 4-star player. But I'm moving up for it. I would take that. It's fine by me. All right, so Brendan Burke and my 29th overall pick for Michael Gugovaz. And he is 21 years old. 73 overall, 4.5 gold star potential. All right, so I'm putting my eggs into this basket right here, taking care of something that we might need in the future. That should go through because they want him. Let me just add something else just to make sure it goes through. I don't need this being a prick. All right, 4th. And actually, can they take anybody with like Joey V? Can you take Joey V? Ooh, they can. Yeah, I'll give in Joey V. Don't need him. And then anybody else in my contract? McMillan, hold on to McMillan. Westermark, hold on to Westermark. Yeah, just Joey V. And then I'll give up a 7th from the year after that as well. All right, so Burke, a 1st, 4th, Joey V, and a 7th for Gugovaz. Will it go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in LA. So we've taken care of the goaltender. He's still going to take a few years to get better. And now the Carolina Hurricanes, they want to hold on to their 7th. They have a 1st and a 7th, so Carolina's drafting heavy this year. Montreal, Les Montreal Canadiens, they want to give up the 8th. All right, so let's try to get the 8th here. To get the 8th, we're going to have to give up the 16th. We're moving up from 16 to 8. All right. Now we're going to have to give up some players here. Byzantine, Gugovaz. Nope. Going to hold on to all them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stone. Subban. You know what? I'll give Jordan Subban to Montreal. He can play with his brother. There you go. I know, but it makes sense. I don't need Jordan Subban on this team, offensive defenseman. I already have Yandel and Ekman Larson for now. I can pick him up somewhere else. I want to get this 8th and see if I can get a good pick with it. I'll give it this Westermark guy as well. There you go. All right, very nice. Giving up some young players. Gagliardi. No, hold on, all of them. And then I still have Strome and Dauphin. Do I want to give up Dauphin? Do I need to give up Dauphin for this? Hang on. No, I don't need to give up Dauphin for this. All I have to do is give up a 3rd. There you go, which sucks again, but whatever, we're moving up. So a 16th and a 3rd, Jordan Subban and Westermark for the 8th. Let me just add in another pick so I want to make sure it goes through. I'll take it from next year. I'll take the 6th from next year. All right. Will it go through? Yes, it did. There's not too much to deliberate on this deal. So Jordan Subban gets to go play with his brother. All right, now let's take a look at the draft here. So that goalie, Taz Berman, went 1st overall. Let's see. Oh, there's that Gonick guy. There was that guy that was 4.5 star potential, right? Oh, man, I almost got him with Carolina. All right, but Jesse Mills is still here. Thomas Schmidt, and Matt Gillard. Now, is there any goaltenders? No. All right, so one of these guys. Top 10. Okay, well, we got a left winger. I don't need a left winger. I could use one of these defensemen here. They're both. I got a left-handed defenseman, a right-handed defenseman. This guy's 6'5", defensive defenseman. This guy is 6'3", defensive defenseman from OHL. Let's go with Jesse Mills because he's got the picture, and I remember the name from the old game, like NHL 14. So let's go with Jesse Mills. All right, and Schmitz went to and Gillard. So we'll check out Washington and what's it called? Colorado as well. All right, but all those guys, oh man, Carolina, New Jersey, Calgary. We got to go through all that for you guys, I suppose. So let's just go to the next draft pick. Do I want to trade up for a second? Do I have anything to trade up for a second? No. All right, we got our draft pick there, and we got our goaltender. You got to think, we got that defenseman, and we got that goaltender. Those are the two that came out of the draft. Because that goalie is still young enough to be considered a prospect, right? So now let's try to just pick up some 4-star players. Here we go. Here's a 4-star potential player. Alex Slepsov, two-way defender, right-handed. There you go. I'm picking up that right-handed defender right here. There you go. And the next one, let's just draft again by potential. Joey Rattel, sniper. Let's get some defensemen here. Yeah, let's get some defensemen. Orban. There you go. Yeah, let's draft some defensemen now. All right, 3rd round, 4th round. I think we're pretty much it. I'll let the computer do auto draft now. All right, so there you go. There was the draft. I want to show you guys the contracts again. I want to make sure. Yeah, you know what? Let me just make sure I don't lose this. Hang on. All right, that's much better. So here we go. We'll go to the re-sign stage. I'll try to go through all the other teams for you as well. I won't do any re-signing in this video. I'll save it for the next one because I want to keep the free agency in the next one as well. Let's go for a little bit of drink of water. All right, so goaltenders. Here is Gugo Vaz, all right? So we brought in a 21-year-old, 73 overall goaltender with 4.5-star potential. So that was one player that we brought in. Rookie skaters, let's see. Oh, good news, good news. All right, so Jesse Mills was 4.5-star potential, all right? He was left-handed, so the last 2 years I got 2 more left-handed defensemen, but whatever. All right, so we got Jesse Mills and Ryan Pilon now, or Pilon, and Matthew Barzell. All under the age of 19, 20 years old. All right, so here's the future of the Arizona Coyotes right here. Mills, Pilon, and Barzell. All right, these guys are also the future, but I just mean like the top-notch prospects. Pierlini and Domi, all of them as well. Yeah, I'm not negating them. I'm just saying. All right, rookie. There you go. Rookie goalies. All right, so let's go through all the teams here. Boston. Let's see some of these draft picks. I'll just stop on the guys who are... There you go. There was somebody. Nicholas Adams. Where'd this guy go? He went 5th overall. All right, so it looks like a pretty good sniper. Keep going here. Calgary. There you go. Tyler Benson. All right, so I could have got Tyler Benson if I moved up. But only 49 overall, so he's going to take some time to get better. But he's only 18 years old, so when he's 20, I'm sure he'll be in the 70s at least. Keep going here. But that's nice to play alongside of Sam Bennett and Sean Monahan. There was that. See, if I could have got this guy, Zach Gonick, this guy would have been the better choice than Jesse Mills, just because he's got the 4.5-star potential and he's already 72 overall. So if I could have made the trade for Carolina, that would have been the better pick. But you know what? You can't worry about the past. I still am very happy with what we got out of that draft. Sean Day, yeah, he would have been a good one as well. All right. Keep going here. Just take a look at some of these players. I'm only going to stop on the 4.5-star potential players. Malak and Ekblad. All right. Is that Pavel Bure? What the hell? Pavel Bure, sniper. All right. Jesus. The Russian Rocket is returned. He's on the LA Kings. Keep going here. Let's go through some of these teams. All right, plenty of 4-star potential players, as we knew. Connor McDavid, he's already 79 overall, so he's going to be getting better. And now he's got Julien Gauthier to play alongside of him. So center and a right wing right there. That's looking very nice for the New Jersey Devils of the future. Those guys, they're both playmakers, but hell, you can put them on the same line together for sure. 19, 18 years old. DeCall, he's looking good. Duclair, all right, not 4.5 though. Philadelphia. I should start doing this more anyways, because I gotta get you guys caught up with all the other players in the NHL, and I'm sure you'll see some other players on the like some trades and stuff that have happened. All right, Vancouver, Shin Karuk is still there. Washington, Burakovsky's getting better. That's good. He didn't get better in the last game. All right, and there you go. So there is the skaters. Now let's go goaltenders, and let's just go through some of the teams there. So there's Malcolm Subban. Polovica was this guy who went drafted. Yeah, he went 6th overall. All right, so a pretty good draft pick right there by Buffalo. Keep going through some of the teams here. There's that guy, Jake Smith. Was this the guy who went 1st overall? Oh, no. 4th overall. Oh, that was last year. Right. So they drafted that guy 4th overall last year, and then they drafted Taz Berman 1st overall this year. So and what did this guy get drafted? He got drafted, a 2nd round. Okay. But the Carolina Hurricanes are doing their best to increase their goaltending prospect pool of the future. All right, the 1st overall pick and a 4th overall pick. They're going to have a good goalie. And they're going to have a trading asset as well. Colorado, Columbus, Dallas, Detroit. Did they get a good goalie? No, they didn't. I thought they did. Oh, maybe it was something else. Here we go. Nope, no 4.5-star potential player there for LA. Montreal, Ficali's getting better. Schneider, New Jersey. Yep, I am in the right spot. Yeah, rookie goalies. I'm in the right spot. I thought I would have seen a lot more 4.5-star potential. Maybe they've already signed them. That's why. Fournier. Surrey, St. Louis. Yeah, see, it was a good idea. There you go. There's one. Phaneuf. It was a good idea to get that goaltender now. There you go. Barrick. Hope. He looks pretty good as well. Anaheim, and there you go. All right, so there are all the players that went in the draft, basically. If I miss some, you guys can comment away, and I'll take a look at it in the next video. But, yeah, here we go. Here's our team. So, in the next video, we're going to be going into free agency. What do we need going into free agency? AHL and NHL, all right? Let me just quickly back out here. We have 25 players under contract, $41 million in salary cap. So, I mean, I still have to sign everybody, but we're going to have tons of cap space. So, I think this is how I'm looking at it. For next year, the starting goalies, Kemper and Byzantine. And in the minors, we can go with, like, Makarov and Gugovaz, right? Because Gugovaz will probably be a minor league backup by that time. Maybe even a minor league starter. He can get the starts there in the minors. That would be good for us. So I don't think we need to touch goaltenders. Defense, we got Yandel, Ekman-Larsson, Gormley, and Stone. I still think that's fine for our top 4. Ekman-Larsson is still getting better, so that could be 287s on the top line. I could also use free agency to improve it. But I think, we only really need to get one top 6 defenseman, because Connor Murphy is still getting better as well. All right, so I think our defensive core is fine. Now, centers. We have Hansel, Teravainen, Samuelson, McMillan, and Chipchura. So it does trail off a little bit. Hopefully Teravainen grows, but for next year, he still may be best suited as a third-line center, right? On a playoff team. I want to play him on the second line. Howla and Riley Smith helped him out, right? But if we want to make it back to the playoffs, he may be better suited as a third liner, McMillan as a fourth liner, which leaves us open to finding a second liner or a first liner, and Hansel could become a second liner, all right? So I think we definitely need a top 6 center for if we want to be competitive. Left wingers, we got Bodker, Howla, Gagliardi, and Jerry D'Amigo. I think for our top 6 left wingers, we're fine. I think a guy like Max Domi and Pierlini are eventually going to come up and fill in our fourth and third line. So I think a center is more important than a left winger right now, but I could see a top 9 left winger being very helpful, like somebody for the second or third line. Right wingers, same kind of thing as the left side. You have the top 6 in Riley Smith and Yakupov. You want to give them the chance, but a top 9 right winger to play on the second or third line when injuries happen wouldn't be a bad idea, especially considering we don't have like a Domi or a Pierlini who are coming up. So I'd say right wing is more important than the left wing. Center is more important than both of them. Defense, just the top 6, and goaltender, we're set. All right, so that's the way I see our team. Last but not least, there are all the young potential players that we have on the team. All right, plenty of young defensemen, plenty of young center forwards with red star potentials, and plenty of 4-star potential players, all right? So I don't think that we need to use next year's draft. I think we can now start to really form the team that is going to take us to the promised land and build that team up rather than building for the future. I think we're done. We've had 2 really good years of drafting, all right? So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video.